Alaska residents being warned about heat stroke. In a state famous for its frigid temperatures, this sounds almost absurd. Yet it's becoming our new climate reality. Over 13,000 Alaskans living in the Inside Passage region are currently under official orders to watch for dangerous heat-related symptoms as meteorologists from the National Weather Service's Juneau office issued an unprecedented heat advisory for Ketchikan and its neighboring communities this Thursday. But here's where it gets controversial. Should we be more concerned about isolated heat events in traditionally cold regions, or are we overreacting to natural weather variations? The startling context behind this Arctic heat wave, while most of the United States has been experiencing a dramatic shift toward cooler, autumn-like conditions following a significant cold front earlier this week, with states stretching from the upper Midwest down to the Gulf Coast reporting unusually chilly weather, Alaska's Pacific Northwest region is experiencing the complete opposite phenomenon. This stark weather contrast across the nation raises important questions about our changing climate patterns and what they mean for communities unprepared for such extremes. Breaking down the heat advisory details. The National Weather Service initially issued this heat warning on Wednesday, but by Thursday, they expanded the advisory to encompass a broader area, including Prince of Wales Island, the entire Ketchikan Gateway Borough, the city of Hyder, and Annette Island. The advisory remains active until Friday evening at 7 p.m. local time. To put this in perspective for those unfamiliar with Alaska's typical climate, Ketchikan usually experiences average high temperatures of just 63 degrees Fahrenheit during this time of year. However, current forecasts predict temperatures will soar into the lower 80s. That's nearly a 20-degree jump above normal. Brian Bezenek, the lead meteorologist at the NWS Juneau office, explained to reporters that the most extreme temperatures will occur in inland areas that don't benefit from cooling sea breezes, with afternoon highs potentially reaching those concerning low 80s marks. Fortunately, nighttime temperatures are expected to drop back down to more manageable levels in the low to mid-50s. Understanding heat-related health risks for beginners. For many Alaskans, who are simply not acclimatized to such unusually warm conditions, the health risks are very real. Heat-related illnesses can develop quickly and range from mild heat exhaustion to life-threatening heat stroke. Heat exhaustion typically presents with symptoms like heavy sweating, weakness, nausea, headache, and muscle cramps. While serious, it's manageable if caught early. Heat stroke, however, represents a true medical emergency. Warning signs include severe throbbing headaches, mental confusion and slurred speech, nausea and dizziness, rapid, strong pulse, potential fainting or loss of consciousness. And this is the part most people miss. If you suspect someone is experiencing heat stroke, immediate action is critical. Call 911 immediately or transport the victim to a hospital without delay. While waiting for help, move them to the coolest possible environment. Use cool cloths or water to lower their body temperature, and utilize fans only if temperatures are below the high 90s. Fans can actually increase body heat at higher temperatures. Crucially, do not give fluids to a heat stroke victim, as this can worsen their condition. Practical prevention strategies. The National Weather Service has issued specific guidance for residents in the affected areas. During daylight hours, keep curtains closed to minimize solar heat gain inside homes. When evening arrives, open windows to allow cooler night air to naturally ventilate living spaces. For those without adequate cooling systems, seek out community buildings or public spaces that offer air conditioning. The bigger picture, what this means for Alaska's future. Bezenek indicated that temperatures in the Ketchikan region might continue running slightly above normal into the early part of next week, even after the current heat advisory expires Friday night. But here's what's really controversial. Are these isolated heat events in Alaska's remote regions a preview of more dramatic climate shifts to come? Or are we witnessing natural weather fluctuations that have always occurred but are now getting more attention due to heightened climate awareness. Some argue that focusing on these relatively brief temperature spikes distracts from more pressing, long-term climate adaptation needs. Others contend that these unusual events are becoming the new normal and require immediate attention and resources. The human element. The National Weather Service's Juneau office emphasized the importance of community care during these unprecedented conditions, posting on social media. During these warmer-than-normal heat waves, use caution, take care of yourself, others. This message highlights something often overlooked in weather reporting: the social responsibility we all share during extreme weather events, regardless of whether they involve record-breaking heat or life-threatening cold. Your turn to weigh in. As climate patterns continue shifting in unexpected ways, from Arctic heat waves to unseasonable cold snaps across the continental U.S., one thing becomes clear. Our traditional understanding of normal weather is rapidly evolving. So here's my question for you. Do you think we're adequately preparing communities like those in Alaska for these kinds of temperature extremes? Or are we still treating them as one-off anomalies rather than the new reality? And more importantly, should remote communities receive the same level of heat-related health resources and infrastructure as traditionally hot climate regions? Share your thoughts. Are we overreacting to natural variations, or are these the wake-up calls we desperately need to take seriously?